Group, where we help families in West Michigan make better insurance decisions. And Derek, one of those decisions is where on earth are we going to land on our road trip this summer, right? We're packing up, we're loading up the van, we're getting things together. But as we put together the plans for
I'm
the
going to
summer road
Nashville.
trip, well, that's a good place to go. But when you do that, what do you need to know ahead of time, right? A lot of insurance implications when you leave your home, you pack everything into a car, maybe you rent a car. What do we need to keep in mind for the families that are headed off on a road trip this summer?
Yeah, that's a great question. In most cases, the auto insurance policy that you've set up here in Michigan is going to follow you in every other United States or a possession or territory of the U.S. So 50
Okay.
states plus U.S. territories and possessions, your policy is basically going to apply the same way it would here in Michigan. Now, the thing
Okay.
to keep in mind is that in other states, they have different auto insurance laws than we do here in Michigan.
Hmm.
So you probably spent 99.9% of your time making decisions on your auto insurance policy based on what happens here in Michigan and how our auto insurance laws apply. And some of that is based on the legal environment, right? The state of Michigan says what somebody can or cannot sue you for in the event of an accident.
Yeah.
It says what someone can or cannot do when there's an accident and they've got damage to their vehicle and what it can happen between different drivers and the insurance company. All this stuff is dictated for the most part at the state level, right? So in Michigan, everybody knows we're a no fault state, means when I rear end you, you can't come after me for the damage to your vehicle. You have to go to your own insurance policy and make a collision claim, right?
Right.
That's a little bit unusual. In most other states, you can sue me for the damage I caused to your vehicle. So if I'm someone who drives out of state quite often, that coverage is important to me. If I
Yeah.
never leave the state of Michigan, I don't care at all about it, right? So that's something to think about. If you're traveling outside of Michigan regularly, you're looking at one of the coverages on your policy. It's called property damage, and that applies outside of the state of Michigan. So a lot of people maybe have 10 or $50,000 of that coverage, maybe 100,000. But shoot, if I'm driving somewhere and I rear end a brand new Range Rover and happen to push them into a brand new Escalade,
Ooh,
I'm looking at 125, 150, maybe $200,000 of damage to those vehicles that I'm responsible for based on that state's laws because the law doesn't apply based on where I purchased my insurance policy or where my vehicle is registered. It's based on where that accident occurred.
got it.
So that wasn't important to me until that happened on that road trip at the start of summer. And now I'm concerned about that coverage that I never really paid any attention to because it doesn't apply within Michigan. It's only in other states.
Yeah, that's a bad start to your road trip. And the importance, of course, of understanding how your insurance would apply in other states. And that coverage will be on your policy here in Michigan. But like you said, the states are what dictate how the insurance laws and how those responsibilities shake out within their state. Now, you mentioned the United States, Derek. What if I'm headed north? I head up to Canada, right? Is my insurance still going to follow me there as I cross the border?
Yep, that's a great
Okay.
question. It will. Yep,
Okay.
United States and Canada, plus the
A-
United States territories and possessions.
And what if we get parked as a family at Yellowstone? We go out hiking for the day. We've got a lot of luggage and other possessions packed into the van. We come back and it's gone. Someone broke into the car, stole all of our stuff. We're away from home. I can't imagine my homeowner's insurance is going to apply. What on earth do I do when that happens?
Yeah, well, more likely for your family, somebody stole the stuff from your car while you were parked at a movie theater. But yeah, let's pretend we're hiking in Yellowstone and you come back and all that stuff's gone. Auto insurance does not apply. The auto insurance policy basically applies based on how that vehicle came when it rolled off of the manufacturing facility floor, right? So if I
Okay.
stuff that thing full of luggage and I've got aftermarket speakers in the trunk and I've got my golf clubs, I've got tools that I use on the job because I'm a contractor. Well, if that stuff's damaged in an auto accident or there's a flooding event because I've got it parked in southern Florida while I'm on a cruise and a hurricane comes through, uh, or if it's stolen, my auto insurance is never going to apply to that. I need to look towards home insurance to see if that policy is going to apply to the personal belongings that I have while I'm in my vehicle, whether it's in Michigan or elsewhere in the country.
And the good news is it normally will, right? So you're off on your road trip, you packed up your belongings and you're in your car, you're thinking about your auto insurance, but your home insurance is following you, right? The liability coverage is following you, and that personal property coverage is applying to all the luggage and the things that you loaded up into the vehicle and that you brought with you on your road trip. Derek, thanks for giving us that summary. If you're headed out this summer, you have questions about how does your insurance apply in this scenario? What are you planning for here? Or you just need a new set of eyes on your insurance plan, we at Boer Insurance Group would be happy to help.
I have a wife at home that's due in 2 months, so I won't be traveling to Nashville. But if
No,
somebody
you will not.
happens to kidnap me, put a bag over my head, and stuff me in their trunk and take me to Nashville, well, that was